Senator Kirsten Gillbrand has announced tonight that she is dropping out of the 2020 presidential race.
But after more than 8 incredible months, I'm ending my presidential campaign. I know this isn't the result we wanted. We wanted to win this race. But it's important to know when it's not your time and to know how you can best serve your community and country. I believe I can best serve by helping to unite us to beat Donald Trump in 2020.
So under normal circumstances, that might qualify as a Fox News alert, but in the case of Gillibrand, she does not deserve it. Not only did she never poll above the margin of error, ever, she was, looking back, perhaps the worst candidate ever to run from any party in the history of this country. Gillibrand, in fact, represented the worst trends of the modern left, all in one package. For starters, she's an utter phony. She cares only about accumulating power for herself. As a congresswoman in New York, she supported gun rights and fiscal discipline. She said she wanted a secure southern border. Then, almost immediately after being handed Hillary Clinton's Senate seat, Gillibrand dreamed of more. So she lurched far to the left on virtually every issue. But it wasn't just that. Because she cared only about power, Gillibrand was happy to be friends with Bill Clinton and Harvey Weinstein when they were useful to her, no matter what she may have known about them, no matter what everyone else knew about them. But then later, when it was politically expedient, she denounced them. But only once she was certain they wouldn't be useful anymore. But she didn't stop there. She also, remember, led the effort to push Al Franken out of the United States Senate, though there was no proof he'd done anything wrong. Far be it for us to defend Al Franken, but it was that unfair. But that's Kirsten Gillibrand in a nutshell. A pampered hypocrite with no scruples, happy to lecture you about your failings and your privilege. Watch this.
The first thing that I'm going to do when I'm president is I'm going to Clorox the Oval Office.
We need to pass a Green New Deal. This should be our nation's moonshot.
If you don't take global climate change seriously, you don't care about the world and the country. You don't care about people. As president of the United States, I wouldn't use the detention system at all. We would be delighted to take refugee families into cities like Buffalo and Syracuse and Rochester. So if your son is 15 years old and smokes pot, he smokes pot just as much as the black boy in his neighborhood and the Latino boy in his neighborhood. But that black and brown boy is 4 times more likely to be arrested. That's institutional racism. Your son will likely not have to deal with that because he is white.
Self-righteous, dumb. Yeah, that's par for the course here in Washington. But the last clip shows why Gillibrand stands apart. That was Gillibrand, United States Senator, lecturing a mother in Youngstown, Ohio. Ever been to Youngstown, Ohio? Been to the Mahoning Valley? Gillibrand was telling her how no matter how much Washington abandons her and her entire region to unemployment and drug addiction and suicide and diabetes, actually, that woman should be ashamed of her white privilege. That's Kirsten Gillibrand in one clip. Really the worst candidate ever. Good riddance, Kirsten Gillibrand. Seth Barron is associate editor at City Journal, and he joins us tonight. Seth, you hate to pile on. It takes courage to run for office. I generally sympathize with candidates when they get out because it's painful, it stings, it's humiliating. But in the case of Kirsten Gillibrand, it can't come a moment too soon. I can't think of someone more false, nastier, crueler, more self-centered, dumber. Can you?
Well, yeah. I mean, Mayor de Blasio is kind of a close second, at least.
That's true.
Kirsten Gillibrand has run she's a complete hypocrite, as you said. She was a blue dog Democrat. She got high ratings from the NRA. And then when she became senator, she said that she was embarrassed of her 98% white home district, all these benighted fools, and she was glad to embrace the woke philosophy of the new left. But remember, she was her senatorial seat was essentially orchestrated by her close ally, former Republican Senator Al D'Amato. So she's very much just an opportunist. If you'll recall, she made a big deal out of going on and dropping F-bombs about Trump every 10 minutes. Yeah, she's pretty egregious, I would say.
But I guess what bothers me is not, and I just want to put a finer point on it, because Washington's full of phony people. I mean, it's politics, so there's some falseness, right? There's falseness in television too.
Well, absolutely,
I don't want to be self-righteous about it. She's mean. That's what I don't like about her. She's cruel. To lecture that woman in Youngstown, Ohio, of all places, about her privilege The
Sure,
way she
and-
treated Al Franken, who I don't like and don't agree with. I don't like Al Franken at all. But she was so mean to him.
No,
was
she's outrageous.
so unfair. Yeah,
And
it's outrageous.
And that she said she would be the emissary for white women. She would go and explain to them why their sons were spared police brutality because of their white privilege. So essentially, she campaigned on the message that elect me and I'll make sure your sons get shot.
Was there anybody in the United States Senate, in Democratic politics, any large group of voters, was anybody ever for this candidacy?
I don't think so. Apparently, even her staff was kind of embarrassed and chagrined that she was keeping this up. You know, I have to say, I did not think that she would drop out before Mayor de Blasio.
Yeah.
It seemed like she had more of a claim to, or more of a path. But, you know, I guess reality intruded.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, here I've been beating up on her, but I do think she's sharper than Mayor de Blasio. Not that that's saying too much. Really quick, will she keep her Senate seat? I guess in a one-party state like New York, you can stay forever in the Senate, no matter, even if you're Kirsten Gillbrand?
Well, people have said that, you know, she could be susceptible to a challenge from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and that may be in the cards for her.
Man,
so, you know,
I would support Ocasio-Cortez over Kirsten Gillbrand any day of the week.
you may have something there.
Yeah. Seth Barron, great to see you.
Thank you.